Colonel Andriy Lysenko. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Now the information about the events in the ATO area during last 24 hours and also about the training of Ukrainian armed forces. In Lugansk area, the enemy launched 7 mines at ATO positions near Stary Adar. Our servicemen opened fire, and also there were several armed provocations delivered by the enemy near Nova Alexandrivka during dark hours. On the whole, in Lugansk area, the militants violated ceasefire 4 times. In Donetsk area, yesterday in the evening, from 11 till 2 at night, the enemy delivered 2 powerful artillery shelling of our positions in Avdiivka and Pisky. On the whole, the enemy launched 62 artillery shells. In Avdiivka, they used grenade cannons and also mortars. In the course of the shelling of residential quarters, a girl was wounded. Ukrainian servicemen brought the girl to medical institution. Because of enemy shelling, one of electric power supply lines was damaged, and the filter station was also without electricity, and there is no water in the region. In the region of Avdiivka, the enemy carried out air reconnaissance activities with the use of air drone, and also the enemy used new Russian complex of radio electronic struggle Zhitelь R330 in the Donetsk area. Also, they delivered mortar fire in Svetlodarska, Balchin, Troitska, and Luganska, and also the enemy provocations were delivered near Gorlovska agglomeration and Butovka mine. On the whole, in the Donetsk area, there were 24 enemy shelling, including 7 with the use of heavy weapons. In Mariupol area, the provocations continue along the front line. The militants actively use mortars in the regions of Starognativka, Shirokina, Krasnogorovka, Vodeno, and Talakivka. The shelling were delivered during dark hours. On the whole, the militants launched 73 mortar mines of different caliber. In near Krasnogorivka, the militants used APC. Also, during the last 24 hours, the militants delivered provocations near Mariinka. They opened fire with the use of grenade launchers and small arms. On the whole, in Mariupol area, the enemy violated ceasefire 26 times and 8 with the use of mortars. Also, in the region of Arbatska Bar, bodyguard of Berdyansk unit observed that Russian forces that occupied Crimea, they brought the aerostat into the air. Also, during the last 24 hours, there are no serviceman was killed, but 6 were wounded. And also, troubles continue in the ranks of the militants, those who serve and die in the Avdiivka production area. On the 22nd of July, the militants of so-called first reactive artillery battery of 3rd Detached Motorized Brigade of Russian occupation forces, they intentionally destroyed GRAD system. In such a case, they did it Olga Kachur, the commander, and Yuri Melnik confiscated mobile phones from the servicemen, and those who are guilty of destroying this system will be punished by the militants. Also on the 21st of July, 4 militants of a so-called 2nd Motorized Brigade of 11th Detached Motorized Regiment, they also did something wrong with the equipment, and that's why they were brought to the rear. So in Lugansk, the militant joined in spring 2014. He joined the ranks of LPR. He served at checkpoints, and he searched the cars and verified the documents of people, and also he illegally detained people. And the Ukrainian forces liberated the city, and he fled to Russia, and he decided to return home, but he was detained at the checkpoint Tanushivka, that is at the Russian and Ukrainian border. SBU officers in Zaporizhzhia stopped the activity of conversion center. The main office of this center was in the occupied Lugansk. This center was organized by 2 local residents. They duplicated the banking cards with the use of special equipment, and the owners of these cards were in LPR. Then they took money in Zaporizhzhia bank machines, and then brought the money to the occupied territory of Luganshina. Ukrainian aviators of Marine Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine demonstrated their skills during Sea Breeze 2016 training. In the framework of their flight, 2 airplanes L-39 had the task to suppress the anti-aircraft defense, and then they imitated a strike to damage the imaginary enemy, and after this airplane N2 parachuted the specialists of emergency services, and all this was done under unfavorable weather conditions. There were clouds and strong side wind. Do you have questions? Good afternoon. 5th channel. You said that 6 were wounded. And where did it happen? What area? So all these cases happened in the course of shelling. 2 were wounded in Alexandrovka, 1 in Avdiivka, 1 in Butovka mine, and 2 were wounded in Mariinka. Do you have other questions? No, thank you. Thank you.